Hey, this is Fulton at Laser, Lou Air Student Radio. This is my music room for Tuesday, November 17th. Be sure to check out our Instagram, Laser Radio. Click the link tree, it's got everything you want. Check out our blog at massmedia.pou.edu/laser and our articles on massmedia.pou.edu. So this week, I'm not going to post a video of me digitizing records because that's insanely boring, so I moved my turntable back into my room, and I've been listening to lots of vinyl and CDs. First up, you've seen this before, Steely Dan, 2 Against Nature. Just popped it in the disc changer. Gonna get to it when I feel like it. A classic, Neil Young, Harvest Moon. Neil Young and the Stray Gators. It's kind of self-explanatory. Probably one of my favorite Neil Young lineups, especially because of Ben Keith on pedal steel guitar, which I'm a total sucker for. This has classics on it like Old Man, Alabama, Out on the Weekend, Heart of Gold, A Man Needs a Maid, Need All the Damage Done. An essential album for anyone looking to get into Neil Young or just 70s music in general, or if you just want to listen to music. Up next, Electric Apricot, Quest for Festeroo, one of my favorite jam bands of all time. Headed by Lapdog on drums. He sings vocals on Hey Are You Going to Burning Man? It's a good jam. And then, they got some other people in here that they're friends with, like Bob Weir, Government Mule, I can't really get into them, Jerry Garcia, and even Larry DeLon from Primus. So yeah, Electric Apricot. They also have a documentary film out. It's called Quest for Festeroo. It's pretty good. Up next, Saxophone Colossus, Sonny Rollins. Some classic jazz. I haven't really dug into this one a lot. I just have it. I bought it a while ago and just, toss it on when I can. But it's some good grooves. Miles Davis, best of the Blue Note years / First Capitol years. Honestly, one of the most important and quintessential periods in Miles' career. Essential, not quintessential. It's kind of self-explanatory. You just gotta check it out. And then I listened to this on Saturday night. Lots of introspection, lots of reflection to Kamasi Washington's The Epic. If you have the chance to see Kamasi Washington, I highly recommend it. This is a 3 CD. CDs are into my disc changer. I just dropped the booklet. But an absolutely beautiful album. It's one you really have to sit down and just listen to and go with the flow. If not, it's a really good album to drive to, because it's so long. But Kamasi just really grooves some interesting cuts on here. Mainly, I'd like to point out, if you want to get into them, the rhythm changes as Kim, Henrietta or Hero, The Message, Malcolm's Theme, and Cherokee. Great stuff from Kamasi Washington. So I listened to some more jazz on vinyl. Matson 2. Play A Love Supreme. This is their cover of John Coltrane's classic. Half speed mastered, 45 RPM, spread across one disc. Amazing. They transcribed everything themselves, which is quite impressive for a band that is a duo of twin brothers that one of them plays double-necked bass guitar with a guitar on it as well, and then a drummer. I'm not sure in the studio if they tracked it one or the other, but nonetheless, it's amazing. They actually just came out with a new song called Island of Cheese, so check it out, give them some support. It's like they're going through all these different decades. Like when this came out, they're in like the 60s, and then the next one came out was like 70s, 80s, and this next record seems even more 80s and 8-bit or whatever. I like video games, but I don't know bits. Wow, what a surprise. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic, very poppy. I've shown this before. Just getting into Dan more and more. Recently I actually ordered a copy of Gaucho and, excuse me, my nose is running here. Allergies suck. I got Gaucho and Katie Lied, so that leaves me with only the Royal Scam to get in the original lineup. And then maybe somehow I can procure a copy of 2 Against Nature and Everything Must Go. But yeah, I guess I'm becoming quite the Steely Dan fan. I don't know what it is. It's their pop sensibilities, it's their jazz sensibilities, it's everything. Yes, I'm a fan of fusion. And then this one, I don't know if I've shown this to you guys before, but Naked Giants Green Fuzz 10-inch. 10-inch is my favorite vinyl format. It's just perfect. It's halfway between a single and halfway between a full record. This has Green Fuzz, and That's Who's Really Pointing at Me. Came out back in 2019, limited. Great precursor to what you'd expect on their most recent release, The Shadow, which I've shown on here before. Yeah, Naked Giants, I love them. Catch them live if you can. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Excuse my father coughing in the background. He is a smoker. Up next is King Crimson USA, the complete expanded edition 40th anniversary. Most of the community believes these are leftovers from a box set from the Lark's Tongues and Aspic series, I believe. But yeah, it's a full double LP of their 1974 concert, I believe. Yes, at Ashbury Park in New Jersey. Reading about this in the King Crimson biography by Sid Smith, you get to learn how important this was to Robert Fripp, Bill Bruford, the late John Wetton, and David Cross. They all kind of explained that this show had a magical, surreal experience to it that was just so amazing. It's when they're on stage and they're just really connected and vibing with one another. And this came at a point of tension in King Crimson where David Cross was getting less and less out of the mix because of Bruford and Wetton just going absolutely ham on the rhythm section. So, important King Crimson live album. That sounds absolutely amazing. Personally, side one, Lament to Exiles. You know, John Wetton's voice isn't the best, but what he's singing and what he's saying, and it's just so emotional and moving. And then I, of course, recommend side 3, which is Fracture and 21st Century Schizoid Man. Their version of Schizoid Man is pretty good, but I don't know if it has the same energy as the 1969 lineup. This is like the only real King Crimson I've gotten to live, other than 80s Crim with Absent Lovers and some of the Frasier's Club. But yeah, I love King Crimson, as you can tell. So yeah, USA. It's a beautiful gatefold. I'll show you guys real quick. It's pretty moving. It's 200 gram vinyl too. Yeah, I think this is all like their hearts or something. I don't know, but I think you guys can see that. It's beautiful. Well worth the price tag off of DGM. You know, support artists through their websites if you can, of course. Buy merch, buy physical media. Maybe not buy a Crosley. Don't buy a Victor Rolla. You know, get into the fad if you want with that, but know that that's gonna ruin your records. Go buy a CD player from local thrift store. I'm just gonna put this sleeve back on later. That's enough of my rant. Up next, Townes Van Zandt, 50th anniversary, self-titled. Man, doesn't this album hit differently at times? It's a great album. Townes Van Zandt, tortured genius, kind of a jerk, but besides the point. A great album from a great artist that knew what he was doing. I've talked about Townes before on this show, and I will talk about him even more. This album, what he achieves here in 1969 is definitely, it's kind of like what the Grateful Dead did with American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. They tap into something otherworldly, something that seems so far gone and lost, but you know, maybe this is what the South was like in the 60s, late 60s. But he brings in more than that. He brings in more than, it's like manifest destiny to create such an object that's as powerful as the 1969 Townes Van Zandt albums. The other one, which I've shown, is Our Mother the Mountain. Yeah. But like this one, it's got For the Sake of a Song, Waiting Around to Die, Colorado Girl. Yeah. Fairly Well, Miss Carousel, I'll Be Here in the Morning, Lungs. Very just solid album that flows so well, and it's beautiful. It's This is honestly the definitive version to listen to it. It's remastered, 15th anniversary. It's also a tip-on jacket, so you people who were born in 1920 that watch this, you'll be like, yeah, I remember those. But yeah, also the Obi strip is cool, because we don't do that in the West. And then finally, Sweetgrass Music Festival. I've shown this before. It's just a good one to toss on. I was working on my manuscript to it. Self-explanatory. The songs that you can readily find online: Birch Bark Letter, Killing Your Mind, Call of the Moose, People, the Setting Sun, and Beaverman, I believe, and then Spirit Child. Self-explanatory. Great album, you know, it's mixed and kind of flows a little rough. But yeah, that's it. This is Fulton's Music Room. I have to go register for classes. Hope everyone's having a fun and safe time as the holidays approach. Just stay home. That's all I can say. So yeah, and if there's anything ever on your mind, talk to yourself in writing format. We're all learning and growing in this strange time, and I just want to say I love you guys all. Yeah, have a great day. It's really rainy here on Whidbey Island, Washington, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go for a walk. But I am going to register for a bunch of gen eds and realize, wow, I'm taking 4 classes again.